There's a very specific kind of frustration. You finish your space, you step back, you look at it carefully, and everything is technically right. The sofa is beautiful, the colors match, the decor is intentional, and yet it doesn't feel the way you expected. Not bad, not messy, just off. A woman redesigned her living room from scratch. She didn't rush it. She researched everything, saved dozens of images, carefully selected every piece. The sofa was neutral, the rug was textured, the palette was cohesive. She recreated a space she had seen online almost exactly. And when it was finished, it looked good, clean, balanced, put together. But when she sat down in the room, she didn't feel relaxed. She didn't feel elevated. She felt like she was inside a version of something, not the real thing. So she started adjusting. New pillows, different lamp, moved the table. Still, that same quiet thought, why doesn't this feel right? Here's what's actually happening. Your brain is constantly scanning your environment, not slowly, instantly. It's not asking, is this trendy? It's asking, does this make sense? And more importantly, does this feel complete? This happens before you even realize it, and when something is slightly off, your brain notices, even if you can't explain it. Psychology explains this through something called thin slicing, a way your brain makes fast decisions based on patterns. Your mind is constantly reading balance, spacing, proportion, visual weight. And when something breaks that pattern, even slightly, you feel tension. Not consciously, but emotionally. Part 1. You copied the result, not the system. Pinterest shows you the outcome, but not the reasoning behind it. You're copying colors, objects, layouts, but what you're not seeing is spacing, proportion, restraint. You recreate a styled coffee table, same tray, same book, same candle, and it still feels off. Because the difference isn't the items, it's how they relate to each other. Part 2. Your brain rejects almost. Here's the uncomfortable truth. Almost perfect is what creates discomfort. A frame slightly too high, a rug slightly too small, pillows are just slightly uneven. None of these are major mistakes, but your brain feels them instantly because harmony is broken. Part 3. Lighting is the invisible designer. Most people think they're designing a room, but they're actually designing light. Light changes, color, texture, depth, and the same room can feel completely different depending on how light moves through it. Part 4. You started in the wrong place. There's another reason your space feels off, and it's quieter than everything we've talked about so far. It's not what you chose, it's where you started. Most people begin with paint, a color palette, or a general idea of how they want the room to look. Something like, I want it to feel warm, I want it to feel modern, I want it to feel neutral. And then they build from there. But that's where things start to drift. Because paint is the most flexible element in your entire space. You can match paint to almost anything, but you can't always match everything else to paint. The pieces that are hardest to match are the ones you should start with, not the easiest. Things like rugs, artwork, textiles. Because those aren't just one color, they're layers of color. They already contain contrast, variation, depth. They're not just part of the room, they define the room. If you pick a rug first, you already have a palette, a direction, a mood. And everything else becomes easier. The sofa supports it, the pillows echo it, the walls soften it. But if you start with paint, you're trying to reverse engineer harmony. And that's where things start to feel almost right. Second layer. And here's where it gets more interesting, because even when people hear this, they still run into the same problem. You've probably heard, Just buy what you love. And it sounds right, but what you love visually is not always what you want to live with. There's a difference between what looks exciting and what feels good over time. You might love a bold, abstract painting, a dramatic color, a high-contrast pattern. And in a photo, it looks incredible. But in your daily life, it might feel heavy, or distracting, or slightly tense. Not enough to hate it, but enough that you never fully relax. And that tension is subtle. It's not, I made a mistake. It's, I don't want to sit here for too long. So the better rule is this. Don't just buy what you love, buy what your nervous system feels calm around. Because your home is not a moment, it's a repeated experience. And when your starting point is slightly off, everything you add after that will feel slightly off too, even if each piece is beautiful on its own. Part 5. You're overcorrecting. So what do most people do next? They try to fix it. They add something, then something else, then one more thing. Because it feels like you're close, like you just need that one missing piece. You add a pillow. It doesn't fix it. So you add another, then a throw, then a different tray. And suddenly, the room has more in it, but feels less resolved. Because the issue was never absence, it was alignment. More does not fix misalignment. It amplifies it. If your coffee table styling is slightly off, adding more objects doesn't fix it. It just gives your eye more to process, more decisions, more noise. Your brain is trying to find a pattern, and when it can't, it keeps searching. That's the feeling of something's off. Instead of asking, what can I add? Ask, what can I remove until this makes sense? Part 6. Visual noise versus clarity. Every object in your space is communicating something, even if you don't realize it. A lamp says, look here. A piece of art says, focus on me. A textured pillow says, notice this detail. Now imagine all of those things speaking at the same time. None of them are wrong, but together they create noise. And your brain doesn't relax in noise. It searches for clarity. That's why a minimal space can feel so calming, not because it's empty, but because it's clear. Clarity is not about having less. It's about having fewer competing signals. A room doesn't feel expensive because of what's in it. It feels expensive because nothing is fighting for attention. So if your space feels off, it's not because you don't have taste. It's not because you picked the wrong things. It's because something is slightly misaligned, and your brain already knows it. That quiet feeling you have, that hesitation, that sense that something isn't finished, that's not doubt, that's awareness. The goal isn't to add more, it's to notice more. Because once you see it, you can't unsee it. So now I'm really curious. What's one thing in your space that looks fine, but you never quite feel settled around?